What if I told you you can go from idea to a live working website in less than 30 minutes, all without touching a line of code? Well, today I'm going to give you the step-by-step, the exact prompt to paste, all within Claude Code. Let's get it rolling. All right, timer on. Now, I did most of the legwork here with the prompt. It is a very comprehensive prompt. The idea is a Mac OS inspired operating system on a website. Now, this has been done before. This is not revolutionary by any means, but it's my cup of tea. I've been building computers since I was 6. I've been behind a computer ever since I could remember. So to build a portfolio site for this freelancing initiative just made sense for it to be desktop focused in the web. Now, the purpose of this is to serve as a portfolio, list a bunch of services that I do offer, and then provide contact and links to all my socials, and then a fun back-end admin dashboard page that is accessible through terminal typing in root and entering in a password. Now, for today's demonstration, the password that I implement here will not be in my live environment, okay? So don't go trying to log in to change data. It's not gonna work. I'm going to change it. Today is a demonstration, an example. And in the coming weeks, if you wanna tag along, please bookmark this website. It's bitmonkeylabs.com. I've been called a monkey ever since I could remember because I just love to climb stuff. And I started this kind of brand persona, Bitmonkey, many, many years back. It was the name of my first few companies, variations of Bitmonkey. And now that I'm in between projects, I couldn't think of a better name to represent my freelancing initiatives, right? Other than Bitmonkey Labs. So that's why the name, if anybody's curious. And for the record, everything you see built here on Clearmud is going to be in the Bitmonkey Labs portfolio because that's me. I'm creating everything, most everything. So I'm very excited to create this portfolio to serve as, just something to live on the web to show my work. And also it provides backlinks to all of the projects that I'm working on that are gonna undergo soft launches in the coming weeks. So I'm very excited about all these projects. Let me know if you are in the comments below. We have a newsletter coming soon. I don't want to bombard anybody with all that, but let's stay focused on the task at hand here with Claude Code. As you can see, it created a lengthy to-do list, and it's already a third of the way through the to-do list. This is wonderful. And we're only 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. So we got our work cut out for us here. And while that's working, I also want to make sure I am very mindful of the checklist, because sometimes I'll multitask, I'll look away for a moment, and it will be paused there waiting for me to respond. So I did shift tab at the beginning of this, so it should automatically do everything, but let's see if it nails it. I'm sure there will be some fine tuning, without a doubt. Nothing that you vibe code is going to be perfect first go. That's just not how it works. I feel like there's a lot of false expectations around vibe coding, around these AI agents that code for you. It's just learning how to communicate, learning how to prompt, I think is huge. Learning how to communicate and prompt, which is one and the same if you think about it. And then another tip that I do have is today we'll probably do very quick responses, but when you're working on a bigger project, these are the projects I'm working on, once I go through a wave of changes and commit something to my staging environment, I will instead of responding with one fix, I'll open up a side notepad, or I'll use Flow, which is a voice to text recorder that I discovered through, I believe, Riley's channel. And I will list out a bulk of changes page by page, or subdirectory by subdirectory, or specific parts of the web app. I will go very, very in depth of, I want to change X, Y, and Z, and then create another line. Here on this page, I'd like to, make adjustments here, here, and here. And, I've given it 20 plus fixes in one copy paste. I found it's more efficient to prompt this way once you have a working app that you're fine tuning, right? When you're just getting started though, just for the sake of doing something, start prompting. Start with the simplest of prompts. Start responding with one fix at a time, because then you're going to learn through experience, which is the best way to learn. No YouTube video can teach you more than doing it yourself. So I really, really hope you take that leap and just start. All right, coming up on 6 minutes here. Okay, there we go. Yep, this is why I gotta pay attention to the screen and not multitask. Okay, in the meantime, I do want to all right, based off of that first prompt, we're coming up on almost 8 minutes of work. We have our work cut out for us here. right, so let's check out this working preview that we have here. All right. Interesting, I like it. We need to fix this double kind of name system. Light dark doesn't work. This does go to our placeholder. This does go to LinkedIn. This does go to YouTube, great. And root, I believe we just set that. We have to fix that as well. Okay, not bad. We do have to make some changes here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Flow for the sake of being as efficient as possible. Okay. All right. The LART testing. The light dark mode does not work. Please test this thoroughly so that the buttons and the top menu bar changes theme color accordingly. Whenever I open a window like About, Portfolio, Services, or Contact, and I try to drag and drop it, the window itself will shift a good distance away from the mouse itself, and then the mouse will hover off to the top left of it. Figure out what's going on here and resolve that, please. On the top menu bar to the left, remove Bitmonkey Labs. It should just be About System. No, on second thought, remove Bitmonkey Labs About and just leave System for that to pop up the About section. And then add the background and logo that I will be providing in this fix. All right, we're going to copy that there. Now I'm just going to paste that in there. Oh, one thing I was also going to do. Okay. Also, for the portfolio section, make this look like an actual website, but very, very simplified. We should have the title in the window, the subtext, and then little tiles, module tile cards almost, that show a preview of the website, and then subtext with specifics to that project. And then when you tap the tile, it takes you to that project. Put placeholder text for now. I will update further along the line when the projects are live. Okay. Now, typing all this would have been time consuming, so I just want to give it everything I told it. And then I'm going to go prep Vercel. That's where we're launching it for today's demo. With all my other projects, I'm generally using my hosting provider's domain. But I wanted to show you just the power and the easeability that Claude Code plus Cursor, this is the free version of Cursor, by the way. You know, as long as we don't use their agent off to the right, we don't need to pay for it, right? We just use Claude Code in the terminal if you're paying for Claude. But continuing on with what I was saying is, today we're using Vercel for the demo. But I personally do use, I have multiple GitHub accounts, one for Clearmud, one for Bitmonkey Labs primarily, and then one personal one. But usually push to Git, create a staging branch, and then I have our main branch. Today, we just want to take this and push it live, and then I'm going to create the branches later on because that does take a little bit added time, and you're probably not here for that. You're here to see how quickly we can deploy this type of site. So if you'd like to see me make a video going in depth on my process for creating a staging branch and then the live or main branch, drop a comment below, let me know, and I'd be happy to plan a video down the road for that topic. As a matter of fact, I would probably have to drop that on Bitmonkey Labs since this is an AI-focused channel. Our mission here is to make AI simple and easy to use for everyone, but primarily creatives, entrepreneurs, and small to mid-sized companies. Okay, please do. All right, so there's one minor fix, but as you can see here, let's see, the light dark mode does slightly work. You know, it's not perfect. Let's see if it updated our portfolio. Lovely, a little bit too colorful, but you know what? For the sake of this demo, I love it. We're going to fine tune this a little bit more. We'll do a quick fine tune right now. Okay. So for the portfolio, I love the new structure, but make it monochrome, please. Keep it as simple as possible when it comes to color theory. For the light dark mode, the buttons on the bottom do not shift for light dark. Everything else appears okay. And then the background, there should be no gradient overlay over the background image that I provided, please. Also, make sure the admin dashboard has a similar updated look for the portfolio so that updating each tile is very, very seamless. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this, paste in there, copy this, paste in there. Okay. And I will make sure to give you guys a referral code. Let me put this in my video for today. Yeah, what's cool is we both get $15 in credits when you click that link and sign up. And there's no obligation to pay, just use the free trial. All right. Now, I'm realizing here that I covered the timer, which was a big no-no. Sorry about that. We have 9 minutes to spare. Can we do it? If I wasn't so picky with, its layout, I feel like we would have been done by now, for sure. Light dark mode is already starting to work. Now I'm going to prep the other prompt because I'm just going to trust that, I'm just going to trust that it does everything correctly. Now, the admin dashboard is not perfect by any means, but this is something I'll fine tune over the weekend. I do love how it breaks everything apart. I can pick the emojis. I can add a project, URL to that project. This is great. Okay. One thing I might need to fine tune is the ability to, I'd imagine it takes a screenshot to, now let's deploy to Vercel because we are on a time clock. But I'm loving how this turned out. And it still looks like it wasn't perfect with the green gradient overlay over the background, but you know what? For the sake of this demo, I'm happy with the progress that we've made in 25 minutes. I'm already logged into Vercel here. Now, maybe I do have to tools and integrations. Oh, it looks like there is no. I'm already logged in the browser. It told me to check the browser. Vercel login. Oh, in my terminal, I can't run it in that terminal. Bummer. Whoops. Okay, great. And voila, with 1 minute to spare. Now, I do still need to forward my domain, but this is a public-facing URL. Loving how this looks. Let's see, change to light mode. Ooh, I might make this mode the default moving forward, or dark mode rather. Oh, let me fix that. Yep. Here, let me do this here. Wow. Okay, let me refresh. Oh, did I just move it and not? There we go. Look at that. Lovely. So obviously we didn't put in all the context, but we built a site with a very comprehensive prompt. We went back and forth with a few fixes, dialed it in just a wee bit, and we deployed it to Vercel in less than 30 minutes. Insane. Absolutely insane, the power of Claude Code. Could we do this with GPT-5? I don't know, maybe you'll have to stick around, drop a comment below. Let me know if you want to see that type of video. So, all right, so it looks like my camera battery died on me during that time sensitive portion of the episode. Luckily, this microphone is separate from that, so you can hear my audio throughout it. Yeah, wow, we just did that with about 1 minute to spare, right? I stopped the clock after the fact. You guys saw it rolling. We were live. We had our Vercel deployment completely live beforehand. It's in production here, as you can see. It's just insane how fast and easy these things are. Now, I don't recommend you put yourself under the same amount of stress. I was kind of worried I was going to have to re-record this entire video because we didn't do it in time, but we did it with 1 minute to spare. That's insane. So yeah, listen, I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see me cover a specific topic around a particular tool, drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, what you do, who your target audience is, and what your question is, and I will add a video to my queue, custom tailored just for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you found some value. My name is Marcelo. This is Clearmud, and clarity matters.